The Toronto Raptors get their ass kicked 115-107 by the Minnesota Timberwolves. And to be completely honest, I don't even have a lot of notes in this game because I was just really keeping my eye on this thing. I didn't even want to take my eye off of it to write anything because, to me, I thought this game was going to go all the way down till somewhere around the 6 or 7 minute in the fourth quarter. And then I was going to watch on how a team separates themselves, most likely the Timberwolves. And that was the case, but it happened a lot faster than getting to the 6 or 7 minute point in the fourth quarter. I mean, pretty much after halftime, this game was over. It was over. I mean, to me, I don't even know. I don't want to sound like I'm crashing out because I don't want to go that far in regards to the Toronto Raptors. But after I watched this game against the Knicks, and for those of you who are watching who didn't see me put out a post game with the Knicks, is because I was actually at Scotiabank Arena working for the Knicks broadcast that game. And by the time I got home, I was just like, man, I'm gonna wait and see what happens and see how they respond against the Timberwolves, and then I'll come back with a post game after that. And honestly, to me, at this point, honestly, the Raptors for a team that's in the playoffs, they're not a team that you can take seriously. They're not a team you can take seriously. They're a good team, but they're a good team amongst the bad teams in the NBA. They're the best of the not great teams. Or I should say they're the best of the bad teams. Like you're 35-27 in the season right now. And yes, the Raptors have some good and decent pieces on their squad. But overall, they're the best amongst the bad teams. They beat teams that they should beat, but when they play against top teams, they just can't get it done. It's point blank that simple. It's just really that simple. And I mean, it depends on what is your take at this point when it comes to the Raptors? What are your expectations of this team? Because I think that's where the line is going to be on if you decide to crash out or not on this team. For me, it's easy to not crash out because this is pretty much what I expect. For a lot of you who are out there, maybe you expected more. I don't know. Maybe you expected more, but this is around what I pretty much expected. So it's hard for me to go crazy when this is kind of what I expected. You're going to get into the playoffs. You ain't going to do anything when you get there. And that'll be that for the end of the season. And now you have to make some type of changes in regards to your roster, your culture, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to go through the game a little bit and we'll talk some strategy numbers. We'll talk Darko a little bit as well. But to me, this all comes down to really what your expectations are for this team. And so the Raptors lose 115-107, and they jump out of the gate with an 11-5 lead, pushing the ball out in transition, subsequently go on a 10-0 run, and the Raptors are up 15-5 with 8:38 remaining in the first quarter with Brandon Ingram scoring 6 points. And then and I'm talking about right at the beginning of this game, right? Scottie Barnes was pretty much all over Anthony Edwards, all over him for, the first couple minutes of the game. But, the T-Wolves go on a 9-0 run, mostly from Edwards and Randall. And I was thinking, you're going to throw a whole bunch of bodies at Randall in this game. And they did a decent job. I mean, in 34 minutes, he had 17 points, 5 of 11 from the field, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He really didn't have to do that much. And yes, the Raptors did lose by 8 points, but these were garbage points at the end. This game was over. At no point in the fourth quarter did you ever think the Raptors really had a chance to come back and win this game. They did cut it to 9, but really they didn't have a chance to win this game. Like, this game was over with. I just came to the computer before the game was even over. Like there was no point sitting down watching the end of this thing. And I mean, Randall came into the game with 163 turnovers, 13 most amongst all NBA players. So I'm there thinking that, you know, it was going to have to be a at least a decent night for Randall, along with Edwards and a few other guys too. But it was just easy. It was easy tonight. Timberwolves go on a 24-8 run to close the queue. They had a 31-27 lead at the end of the first quarter, and the Raptors had a 12-point lead in that first quarter. The Raptors come out of the second quarter, go on an 11-2 run to start the quarter. Jakob Poeltl was looking pretty decent out there, mobile, diving on loose balls and all that kind of stuff. And he looks healthy out there. And RJ was aggressive, 14 points, 3 rebounds at the half. And that was with 108 remaining. But the Wolves' record, listen to this, 26-4 when they have more points off of turnovers than the opponent. Let's see what it was today. Do they have points off of turnovers? Because I'm looking at ESPN here. I'm going to look and see what that actual stat was on the score. Points off of turnovers when I'm looking at the matchups. 26-21 for the Timberwolves in this game. They had a 1-point lead at the half, 55-54. Out rebounded the Raptors 29-18 in the half. Anthony Edwards at that point had 8 points, and Scottie Barnes had 10 points at that point. Now, at this point, I'm saying, okay, if the Raptors can do anything decent, and I mean anything decent in this second half, maybe they'll have a chance, maybe. But let's see what happens. Edwards comes down, knocks down 2 threes early in this one. Ingram gets called for an 8-second violation. I don't like when Brandon Ingram brings the ball up the court. Whether he's bringing it up going into a half-court set, whether it's in transition, I just don't like it at all. Because when he brings the ball up the court, he's always slow, hesitant to push the ball by passing it. Always got to dribble up the court. I hate it. I can't stand it. And I've been telling y'all, he needs to tighten up that damn dribble. He's too high from the floor. He's too high. He needs to get lower in that dribbling stance. You see the guys coming in to steal the ball easily from him. And if you didn't already see it, hit social media because RJ Barrett got absolutely postered. And I mean postered by Anthony Edwards.
It's completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees, shame for the league to allow this.
It was pretty nasty. It was pretty nasty. If you haven't already done so, go to social media to check this out because it was a nasty poster from Anthony Edwards. And once again, I have in my notes here because remember, I didn't take a lot of notes this game. Shed throws a bad pass in transition, completely unnecessary, I put down. And I've been seeing that a lot. I wouldn't say a lot, but I've been seeing it from him, trying to do a little bit too much with these long full court or 3/4 court passes that just end up in a turnover, end up getting stolen. And it just annoys the hell out of me when he does that because a lot of the time it's really unnecessary for him to have to do in this one. And Ingram was getting some buckets early on in this game, but overall he just did not have a good shooting night tonight. 30 minutes in this game, 14 points, 5 of 16 from the field, 4 of 7 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists in this game, and just not a great offensive production for the Toronto Raptors. And that's one thing that we've always talked about. They struggle offensively. They struggle offensively in this game. They were 41 of 82 from the field. So they shot 50% from the field, 9 of 21 from 3-point range. RJ Barrett was your best offensive production in this game, 30 minutes, 25 points, 9 of 14 from the field, 4 of 5 from three-point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Gave you 6 rebounds in this game, gave you a block as well. Only 1 turnover. So, pretty decent offensive night from one RJ Barrett. Scottie Barnes gave you 16 points in 36 minutes, 7 of 12 from the field, 2 of 3 from three-point range, 2 rebounds, 3 assists in this game. Emmanuel quickly gave you 18 points in 30 minutes, efficient 6 of 10. I want to see Emmanuel quickly take more than 10 shots in this game. I got to see him take more than 10 shots. 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from three-point range, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, gave you 7 assists as well, 3 rebounds. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, 16 shots for Ingram, 14 for Barrett, 12 for Barnes, 10 for Quickly. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. But when Ingram's not having a good shooting night, you're only getting 16 from Barnes. Pirtle gave you 9 points in 29 minutes. He was an efficient 4 or 5 from the field, typical. 7 rebounds, 4 assists from Jakob Pirtle as well, 2 steals and a block. The Raptors need a better 2-man game going here. There's got to be 2 guys for the Raptors that come out consistently putting the ball in the basket, and you've got to work around those 2 guys. And as of right now, I'm not 100% sure on who those guys are going to be. One is Brandon Ingram, yes. But is the other guy going to be Scottie Barnes or not? Is the other guy going to be Scottie Barnes or not? I'm confused by this. Because, listen, 16 points from Scottie Barnes when he is your all-star and supposed to be that guy against a team like the Timberwolves is not enough. It is not enough. And so this is why I'm confused, because I just did this episode with Alvin Williams. And I asked Alvin, is Scottie Barnes aggressive enough offensively? And I told him I want to see him catch that ball around the free throw line, turn face up, and attack the basket. We need more points. I understand he does everything in regards to rebounding, assists, steals, blocks. From a defensive standpoint, he's legit. Everyone knows that. But can he get buckets at the same time? Let me know what you think there. Get in the comments. Am I asking too much from Scottie Barnes here? Because Alvin told me, no, he's aggressive enough. I don't believe he is aggressive enough. He said he's a pass-first type player, and he's aggressive as he is going to be. That may be the case. But if this is how aggressive you are going to be against the top teams in the league, then it makes me think that you're not that guy. That's what it makes me think. That's what it makes me think at this point. Listen, I get you can do everything, and that's great because we need him to do all of those things. But if that's the case, are we saying that he needs to rely on other people to score the basketball? Whether it's RJ, Ingram, Quickly, and he just scores the leftovers? I don't think that's how this is supposed to work. Scottie's got to be aggressive. Ingram's got to be aggressive. And Ingram is aggressive. Not a good shooting night, but he is aggressive. I'm going to go to some team stats numbers here. In regards to getting to the free throw line in this game, Raptors 16 of 24. They shot 67% from the line. Rebounds. Are these numbers correct for rebounds? Come on, man. I need you to hurry up and load. I saw 41 to 39 for rebounds in here. 41 to 40 rebounds for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 10 to 6 in regards to assists, 14 turnovers for the Raptors in this game, 13 for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Fast break points, 14 for the Raptors, 15 for the Timberwolves. And listen, I told you about this already. Whenever you see the Raptors losing fast break points, the game is probably not going to go well for you. Leaders in that, you always want to see the Raptors get out and run. Okay. Coming off the bench for the Raptors, looking at some of these guys, Jamal Shed, Mobo played 9 minutes in this game. Jamison Battle played 10 minutes in pretty much garbage time down the stretch. And Mamu Kelishvili as well, 24 minutes, 11 points, 5 of 8 from the field. He was your best player off the bench in this game. Jamal Shed, 2 points, 1 of 7 from the field, 4 rebounds, just 1 assist, 3 turnovers in this game. So not a stellar performance from our guys off the bench. Jacoby Walter as well, 17 minutes in this one, just 2 points. 0 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from three-point range, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. And so honestly, I mean, you guys can get in the comments and let me know exactly what you think about the Toronto Raptors and going up against these top teams in the league, or at least other playoff teams in the league. I didn't get to speak to you after the game against the New York Knicks. And so I really want to hear your thoughts. And if you watch this game with the Raptors and the Timberwolves, excuse me, really, there's no point going through the rest of this game. But I do have some questions about Darko, because there was a point, was it in that third quarter? Let me just check that last stat. In that third quarter, there was a run that happened. Where was that run? There was a 15, it ended up being a 16-3 run in that third quarter for the Timberwolves. And Darko still hadn't called a timeout. The Timberwolves ended up being up 86-70 with 2:25 remaining in this game, in the third quarter, excuse me. So baffled and messing up with all my words. And Darko still didn't call a timeout there to stop that run. What the hell is that about? Why is it taking him so long to call these damn timeouts? Is he experimenting right now or something? Like, what is happening? What is going on? From an offensive standpoint, does he get on Scottie's ass looking for more offensively? I really don't know. These are questions that I would like answered. And I'm sure that because they lost to another, playoff team, whether it be in the East or the West, there are going to be some post-game questions and some answers that I'm sure we'll probably hear on social media in a few minutes, actually. And I'm going to be really interested on what his answers are here. Because I don't know what you do here. I don't know what you do here. I wouldn't say to crash out, like I mentioned, at least in my opinion, because I really didn't expect too much more than this. But the big thing for me is just how soft the Raptors are. They're still really a soft team. And it just makes me wonder, like, where is this team headed from a cultural standpoint? What is the culture of this team? There is none. If you're looking for an answer, that's your answer. There is none at this point. This team has no culture. I don't know what kind of team they're trying to be. I don't know how you teach toughness. I don't know how you teach grit. Now, I think a few of our players may have some of those qualities to a certain degree. But if you think I look at the Raptors and see any toughness or grit, if you think I look at the Raptors at this point and think that we can actually take this team seriously, I just can't do that right now. And I'm not saying they don't have good talent. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm looking at this team as a finished product. They're not the Knicks. Okay, they're not Cleveland. I ain't looking at them like that yet. But I am wondering what is to come when it comes to the culture of this team and what they want the makeup of the team to be. Now, crashing out for me probably won't happen this season. Maybe in the playoffs, if the Raptors continue to win some games and get there. But I'm not going to do it yet. But I am very curious on what you guys have to think about the Raptors' performance here. At MikeRoach7 on IG, at MikeRoach23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the show. I will be doing an episode on, and I was going to wait, but I am going to do a profile episode. I'm not going to tell you on who. I'm going to let you wait and see. Okay, because I'm sure it's something or someone that we all want to talk about. This is the Mike Roach Show. Get in the comments. I will get back to you as fast as I possibly can. And I will be back again soon. And I'm out.